Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another video. This time around we are helping people on Reddit. Maybe we'll also have a laugh or two, we will see. But yes, this is a completely new and original idea. Nobody else, on YouTube have ever reacted to Reddit ever. So yes, very much my own idea. If you no, it's done a lot of times on, but I don't think anybody's gone over actually like this on Trove, Reddit. But yeah, now I'm doing it, and we'll see if we can help some people, and we'll go by the top of the week. So that's it. We're just gonna help some people. Don't know how long this video is gonna be. I don't know how much there is done the last week, but I actually kept myself off Reddit. I usually go on Reddit sometimes just to help some people, and usually people have already been helped, but if I see somebody that hasn't got an answer, I'll try to help them there. But usually it takes a lot of time, and I've done all these videos, and so it's just kind of weird for me, when I have the answer on my YouTube channel, and yeah, they could have just seen the video and they would have known instead of going to Reddit. But anyways, wherever you want to get help, it's cool. So I just try to help so many people as I can, and now I'm doing it in video form, so a lot faster for me, and also I can be a lot lazier with my stuff because I don't have to type, and I can just make this. So anyways, this was the intro. Let's jump into the Reddit. All right guys, we are now on Reddit, so let's see if we can't help some people on the Reddit itself. So the first one is here: is the Draco better as a tank or a DPS? Well, the Draco there's probably like people down here. There's somebody that also linked the tier list and stuff like that. People had talking about the Tomb Raider. That wasn't the question of what it was, but let me address this. So first of all, every class in Trove is DPS. There's no tank. The Revenant was at a short point, well, not a short point, but from when it released to the reworked at a couple. Is it a couple of years ago? I don't know so far yet, but it has been a while since they did rework the Revenant. So there's no tanks anymore, and also they removed the stat or health regen, which actually was pretty interesting. I'm hoping that they will introduce other stats for gems instead of just having either your physical damage or your magic damage, or your critical hit and critical damage. So just some interesting more. There are some of the classes that do benefit much more from all sorts of other stats and whatnot. But yeah, that was not what the what the question was. But yeah, the Draco is my favorite class because it is both tanky and DPS. It's of course like you build it completely DPS, but you will just get some natural tankiness, and that's just some of the classes that do that. Where the Draco is more on the DPS side, I would say, in a way, but still being like kind of tanky. Where the Revenant, for example, is on the more tanky side. It does do good DPS, but it's just more tanky, so it's kind of like the opposite of each other, I would say, kind of way. So let's just jump further in and help some other people. Gym management. Let's see what this guy playing the game for 5 years now. I stopped a year ago, and now it's back to things. I don't know a lot about the new stuff, especially gems, forged gems, and retried this. So always getting max health and then back to magic damage. I've tried over 23 times. Ah, yes, this is also somebody already said it down here. Make sure if you have old gems, if your gem says, for example, just fire gem, for example, if it just says fire gem, then there is then it's an old school gem. So if you're coming back to the game and you're trying to rework all of your gems and stuff like that, if you have some old school gems that already is open, for example, and stuff like that, then you can change them to wherever you want. You might also have some, as we talked about before, health regen. You might even have health regen on your gems, but on your gems there are now they made it so they either come out as magic ones or physical damage ones. So you can still change like the other two stats on it. You should always get, of course, you should always get your gems. The lesser ones, the small ones, you can basically farm. Those, I always call them the small gems, and then the empowered ones, I call those the big gems. It's just a lot easier to say. But the small gems should always come with 2 stars and 3 stats. It's not super important if it has 2 stars. It's more important that it has 3 stats. So building up and stuff like that, you're just gonna equip whatever color or whatever tier is better, and don't really look at, because as long as it has more power rank on it, you should just equip it when you level up. But as you get into the end game, you want to look for that. And then the big gems, you want to have 3 stars and 3 stats. So it's basically the same. Both should have 3 stats, but the smaller ones can only get highest of 2 stars when you get them at level 1, and then the big ones can only, then it goes, of course, you level them up and they get 5 stars on. But yeah, they should have 3 stats and 3 stars as well for the big ones, or the power ones, if you want to use that word. But if you have some old, if you get some new gems that are called either arcane or martial, I think I call them martial, but they're not. That's not the name of it. Martial arts or whatever. But the arcane ones are magic and the other ones are physical, and they can only roll that. So it can roll. It will always have magic or it'll have physical, and that stat you cannot re-roll into anything else. It can only go into being more, you can like say more magic, but then you can change, of course, if it rolls, let's say, maximum health and then critical damage, you can then re-roll, you know, the max health into either a percentage max health or into critical hit. And yeah, I just wanted to see, I think I said that in the previous one as well, but I just would like to see some more interesting stats to be rolled on that, like jumps could help out, you know, newer players that don't have a lot of jumps to start out with, make it a little bit easier. Maybe you of course you're gonna place these gems, but also maybe something with what's it called, energy regen or max energy regen, max energy or something like that. I know it would increase the times you had to re-roll the stats into it. That's true, but yeah, I don't know. I just would like to, or do it as, for example, I would like, if they were gonna change it, maybe do it as what's it called? What are they called? Diablo 3 has, where you, when you re-roll a thing, right? You get like multiple options, right? So not, of course, 5 different options, but like maybe at least 2 options. Then you could see, okay, I want this stat or I want this stat, and then you can introduce more stats, and that would make it maybe easier for that. But yeah, that's a whole rant on gems and stuff like that. But yeah, unlucky that that guy put so much effort into that one. All right, here we got another one. Somebody asked, which new class should I start? So he's got insanely bored of the Dracolite. That's kind of funny because the last part, the last post was somebody getting extremely bored, or I don't know if extremely bored, but at least he was bored of the Gunslinger, and now, you know, this guy is bored of the Dracolite, and somebody else said he should start Dracolite. It's just because I saw the comment down here. Anyways, I was wondering if I should start in any class, thinking about the Chloros, since the rework still don't know. So, which class should you start? Well, I did make a tier list, so you can go check that one out, but Trove is really down to playstyle, to be honest. And I always said it, like, all the classes, some classes just do the in-game better, for sure, but there is no class that can't do anything in the game anymore. They after we introduced Delve, which was awesome, wouldn't really say it was my idea, but I did make a video, and then suddenly there was out. Oh, I'm not taking credit for it. I'm just saying it was a happy coincidence that it happened to be what I meant. And when I put out the video, I I thought that Delve was a unique name, and wasn't basic. It's basically a generic name for going deep into the world. Basically, that's why Path of Exile also has the name Delve, because that's the word for it. I didn't know that at the time, so I was pretty. But you know, it's pretty funny that I made a video. I actually didn't make a. I made 2 videos on it. I made a video with like a endless tower maze. I was actually just using kind of the reference to Shadow Tower, so it'd just be an endless Shadow Tower. Yeah, I wouldn't exclude Shadow Towers, and I have a whole idea for Shadow Towers and whatnot, but yeah. Delve is pretty cool, and what that means is that you can be, you know, 10 power rank and go into the Delves, and then you will scale off your 10 power rank. I don't know what the minimum is for what level you can start on, but you can be super underpowered and then still go to the Delve and get your stuff, and then start rolling into all the in-game stuff and whatnot. So you don't need to be 10k power rank, for example, as you used to. just to enter the shadow towers and whatnot. That's what the sweet thing about Delve is, that you can do it on any level you want to. So that's why I'm just saying it's mostly down to playstyle. So if you like, for example, the Knight, which is in my opinion not the worst class out there, but it just needs some love, I guess, for its kit. It's just kind of boring, the skill kit or the ability kit that it has. So I just think it needs some love in designing it, although so it's just a little bit more interesting to play. But let's say you love the Knight and you can still do the Delve and go through anything you want, basically. So there's no need to pick any class that you don't want to go with. All the classes in theory has to be max level and max power rank, right? So that's just, you know, whatever floats your boat. Anything is pretty much goes after they reworked the Chloromancer. The Chloromancer was lagging behind for sure, and right now I actually don't know which one is actually lagging behind, because all the ranged characters is in a good place. They just are superior to the melee, but that's not in the melee's problem, if that makes any sense. It's not the problem of the melee, if that makes any sense. It's just more, what would we call it? The state of melees, basically. It's not that all the melee characters are underwhelming or is bad. It's just that the whole state of the melee is bad, because range is just so much superior for farming and stuff like that. I know you have the near ninja and stuff like that, but that's more of a one-shot mechanic, and it's more about its speed and not so much about the damage and like the farming. It's more just it goes so fast, so it just basically kicks everybody's butt because it's just so fast, right? So yeah, I think that was awesome. I think we helped out a few people. I ranted on a few things, and maybe you guys got some stuff out of it. Just random questions from the Reddit, and there's definitely much more here, but we will check in a while and see if we can't help some more people on the Reddit, and maybe also help some of you guys on there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!